Hydroelectric power or hydroelectric energy is a form of energy that takes advantage of the water in motion, such as water currents and water falling, to create electricity. The Greeks used this system 2000 years ago to ground wheat for flour to power their meals. Using hydroelectric power plants are the most efficient ways to produce electricity. The hydroelectric turbines can convert 90% of the available energy into electricity, so we can see that almost all the energy is converted into electricity. The hydroelectric energy is the main source to produce electricity used in Costa Rica. There are five main hydroelectric plants: Reventazón, Angostura, Arenal, Miguel Dengo, and Cachi. These are the most important because they have the most years being active. Besides, they have the biggest capacity to produce of water to produce more energy. These plants have been distributed in the provinces of Cartago, Guanacaste, and Limon. Hydroelectric power starts in a reservoir of water, which is the place in which the water gains all the potential energy. The gate of the reservoir starts opening, and the energy is converted into kinetic energy as the water goes down. The valve in the gate controls the amount of water in the plant that goes out. While the water goes through the blades of the turbine, the mechanical energy creates electricity, which is taken to our homes and distributed throughout the whole country.
Hydropower can be good and bad. It is good for the pollution because hydropower is fueled by water, so it's a clean fuel source, so it doesn't pollute the environment. Hydropower also produces a lot of benefits such as flood control, irrigation, and water supply. Also, a good thing is that the energy generated through hydropower is renewable power source, so it makes it more affordable and reliable. Although it has some positive effects, it has negative effects too. Hydropowers can also change the water temperature and river flow, harming native plants and animals both in the water and on land. Another negative impact of this is that they destroy forests, wildlife, agriculture land, and scenic land.
To solve the problem of destruction of land and wildlife, our proposal is for companies that build these power plants to plant trees in another section of land. When they build a hydroelectric plant, they should plant twice as many trees as they cut down somewhere close to the plant so the ecosystem can still thrive. The strengths of this idea are that the companies will destroy portions of healthy forests, but they will make up for it by planting twice as much as destroyed. This will help the forest to expand and increase the land for animals. With this idea, we can have clean energy and respect for nature simultaneously. The cons of this idea are that the trees that will be planted are going to take time to grow and form part of the ecosystem. Sections of the forests that are already strong and healthy will be destroyed only to be replaced with younger trees that have to adapt to the place. Also, it will be much more expensive to clear the area because companies will have to plant trees as well.
To solve the problem of destroying the river and the species around it, we plan the companies that construct the plants to choose locations where there is less wildlife. In this way, we could prevent the amount of species getting harmed by the construction of a dam. The pros of this idea is that many lives of animals will be definitely saved. Species that were harmed before now will be most likely survive. This method is a better way than just putting a hydroelectric plant in a random location due to the fact that it doesn't destroy as much nature. A weakness of this idea is that there will still be some damage to the ecosystem. Even though we are applying this method, there will always be some type of ecosystem close to rivers because water forms are critical role in most ecosystems. It will now be harder to choose where to construct.
The solution to having clean hydraulic energy is for companies to implement measures to protect the environment. Like if you cut off trees, plant twice as many. And try finding rivers that don't have many wildlife, so not many animals get impacted by the changes in the ecosystem. Overall, hydraulic power is a very good type of energy source because it's reliable and it creates a lot of energy. And it's good for the environment.